In this video I'd like to show you some of the options you've got with colour. There are, over here you have your colour tab, and within this tab there are many options that you can choose to design your card and get exactly the colours that you want. Okay, so first of all, to demonstrate this, I'll just draw a quick rectangle, and as you know we've got a fill option, and that fills the centre of your shape, and we've got a line fill option, and that fills the colour of the outside line. What I've got here is blue and then an aqua on the line. If I come into the line tab, I can decrease the size of my line to make it thicker or thinner, and I think I've covered this in a previous video. So let's come back to the colour tab. If we want to change these colours, we have different ways of doing that. We can either use a block of colours that are here, or we can come up into the options in the drop down box. The one that's usually there is set as the default is the colour wheel, the HSL Color Wheel, and here you can either select the colour you want to use from the circle around, and then once you've selected that colour you can define it more by clicking away inside. Or you can come down and use the colour box. Again, this is defining with even more clarity the colour that you've previously picked. Come down again and you've got your HSL sliders. That's hue, saturation and lightness. So again, you can have the saturation increased and the lightness, or if you want to, you can change the colour completely. The next one in here is your RGB sliders. This is your red, green and blue, and if you know the colour code for the colour you want in particular, you can type it in there. So for instance, if I want to use my gold colour, I can put 192, tab on your keyboard, 168, tab again, and 104. And that gives you the gold colour. All these codes are available on the internet. Okay, so the last one in our drop down box that I use is the tinting, and this will again give you varying degrees of the colour that you've chosen. I think that covers all the ways of choosing a colour, apart from this little fella here, which is called the colour picker. And to demonstrate that a little easier, I'm going to bring a material onto the page. So this is one that came from one of the digi kits, and I'm just going to stretch it out a little bit so it fills the front of my A5 card. Alright, as you can see that at the moment it's covering my rectangle, so I'm going to come down here to the Arrange tab, and this little one here will send it to the back. And so there you can see the paper's gone to the back and my rectangle is at the front. I'll explain what's the other options under these tabs in a later video. So at the moment I've got my backing paper, and I want to match my rectangle to the backing paper, so I'm going to use the colour picker. Left click on your mouse, drag the colour picker over until you find the colour that you want on the paper, let go, and that colour will now appear up here. So with your element, your rectangle selected, and the line, I'm going to use this colour on my line. I then click on this colour and it's now matching my paper. For the fill, again, I want to choose a colour that's on my paper. So I'm going to come over to here. As you can see, when you come over, all your colours are split into tiny pixels, so you can choose the lightest or the darkest, whichever you wish. And I'm going to choose that one. So now I've got a rectangle on my paper that matches my backing paper, which is great. And I can also do the same thing now if I wanted to add some text. Let me just write a quick sentiment here. Let's choose the obvious. Happy birthday, and I'm going to choose select now, and come down here and align centre. My happy birthday is now, the two words are aligned with each other. And again, I'm going to pick a colour. Let's go for the blue and press the blue, and now my happy birthday is in that colour as well, so I can bring that one over. I'm sure you will soon see lots of things that you can do with the colour picker. It really is a great little tool to have. For instance, if you can even match colours on the internet, or onto your toolbar. If I wanted a colour from Craft Artist, again it's picked it. If you've got a colour anywhere, on Windows 7, for those of you who've got it, I'll just explain this quickly. If you hold down the Windows icon on your keyboard, it's usually on the bottom row, and you hold down the arrow that points to the right or the left, that will shift your window over there. So now you can use your colour picker on any of your web pages as well. So, you know, the colour picker knows no bounds. You can pick a colour from absolutely anywhere on your screen. The next thing I want to show you is bringing your own papers into Craft Artist, so that you can use those to design your card, and of course then you can match your text to the paper that you've perhaps already put on your card. Okay, so if we go into Insert and Photo from File, and let's choose any paper here. What happens, it doesn't come straight into your materials, you have to paste it. So you have this icon, now you left click and pull it out. Alright, so now I've chosen a paper from my file. Let's get rid of this one here, and we'll put that one there instead. And again, I'm going to have to come down and send it to the back. Now this time I want my line to take on perhaps the darker blue. Oh sorry, that's the fill, haha. Let's have that one, and the fill I want to choose the paler blue. Okay, so now I have my square matching the paper, and the text I can match that up as well. And so now, as you can see, you can use your own backing papers, your own elements, your own embellishments. Everything can be matched perfectly on your card just by using that the little colour tool. By the way, if you wanted to print a paper onto your card before you start putting other elements onto it, it's perhaps a good idea to use this tool here. This is your transparency tool, and you can make your backing paper nice and light so it doesn't stand out too much. One tip with this is that on my printer it always prints darker than what it shows on your screen. So have a play on some scrap paper first of all before you commit yourself to your cardstock. I think that's all on this video for now. I'm sure there's lots of other colour possibilities that we can play with, but for now we'll leave it there. Thank you for watching.